Hey, what's up guys, Boost here and welcome back to another One Piece gameplay video. Today I have some more sim gameplay, so I can actually, talk through the plays I'm making the best way possible. And I'm testing this this new sort of anti-meta deck. I think it actually is a lot better than it has performed the past format, which is Magellan. Which I specifically think is a pretty good Whitebeard matchup, and I'm playing against Blue Ivankov, which is a deck I've not yet featured on the channel, so I was like, yeah, might as well use this gameplay. But yeah, let's just get started. As you see, I get the option here to either go first or second, and I prefer to go first. And my hand here is actually really good. So I have Hannibal, so I have a first turn play for sure, and if Hannibal can pick up either one of the Minnow cards, so Minnow Koala or Minnow Tower, or Magellan, I'm in a pretty good spot, because if I pick up Minnow Tower or Minnow Koala, I can just go like Sadie, bring it out on the second turn, and that's just really good, and then I have the Queen for the third turn, so yeah, very nice start here. As you see, I'm gonna go Hannibal, and I do actually hit the Minnow Tower here, which is very nice. I am bottom decking 2 of the 9-drop Kaido though, which is a little bit rough to finish out the game, but you know, it is what it is. And now next turn I can just go, Sadie, bring out a 4-drop, which is very strong. And what's really good about the 4-drops is, or the Minnow cards, the Jailer Beast I should say, is if they get KO'd, you gain 1 rested Dawn, so it can help you ramp a little bit, because most of your cards do, actually cost or require you to minus Dawn. So yeah, go Sadie, bring out the Minnow Tower there, and the Minnow Tower is quite good. It's really, puts a lot of pressure on the opponent because it has the double attack, which is nice. And you can just freely swing with it, and then if they take the hit, that's very nice. If they don't and run over it, it's also fine. So now my opponent there is thinking a little bit, going to go for the Dons. He has the Pearl on field, so he does know what he's going to be drawing for the next couple of turns. But, it's not Doflamingo, so can't really do much with that information. In this state in the game anyway, because, of course, at some point, if he has emptied his hand, it is very strong to know what cards are on top of the deck. He's actually going to go Brickfist, which says that you can bounce my 4-drop or lower character to the hand, which is fine. And I'm going to swing into the Magellan, which is also fine. Just going to take that hit, of course. And now I do have the 5 done, so I can potentially go for set up the Queen, which is definitely nice because it is 6k blocker, and will also boost my Magellan this turn to go to 6k, so it's more likely to connect. Or if he wants to counter, he has to drop a 2k from his hand, which is also perfectly fine. Just resource game-wise. I'm gonna go for the Queen there. Put one of the Dawn back. Draw double Sasaki. So now I do have like a bazillion 2k counters on hand. I decide to actually get rid of one of them because I do have a lot. Now I don't really want to pitch the Domino or the Minnow Tower because I can potentially, use those later in the game. And yeah, here exactly going to swing over to 6k, which is going to pitch a 2k counter from his hand, which is perfectly fine. People are really incentive to, if you swing with 6k, to use the 2k counters from their hand, which is nice because it means later on in the game they won't have access to them, or shouldn't have access to them. So Pro now stacking here, but actually putting to the bottom of the deck, so he definitely wasn't seeing what he wants to be seeing there. Now the Ivan is going to swing in. I'm just going to take it. I do actually pick up the third, which is the last 9-drop Kaido I'm playing in this list. And he goes for the Mr. 3 Galdino there, which is the one that can restand by discarding a card, so very strong. It's like a blocker that you can also use offensively. I do have 6 Don now because I did put 1 Don back last turn. I'm just going to go swing in with the Magellan here for 5k. Let's see what I'm exactly going to do here. Probably going to try to push a little bit with the Queen. Oh, this also, yeah, okay, this is definitely fair enough. It makes sense why I just swung with the Magellan first. I'm just setting up the Domino and the Minnow Tower again. So I can really try to pressure on the next turn with the Minnow Tower to make him either discard a lot of cards or use the Galdino block. And if he doesn't, the Minnow Tower is just going to go in for 2 life, which is also very strong, of course. My opponent now, though, is at 8 Don, I think. So if he plays the Dovi that could potentially come out, but he could also go for the Ivankov, the character, into a Luffy, for example, play, or another Galdino, or the 4-cost blocker, what's it called? Can't remember the name, but the one that's basically if you have one or less cards in hand, it gets plus 2000, but he's going to bring out another Galdino. And the Galdino is definitely a very strong card. Really synergizes well with the Ivankov. But now I'm just gonna go block with the Queen, since there is literally no reason not to do it. And now if he wants to, he can go put a Don under the Ivankov and swing into the Queen, but I can just pitch a card from my hand or use the domino block. Either is fine, to be honest. But he will have 2 blockers next turn, which is definitely something. Which I'm gonna have to play through. And yeah, I'm gonna go counter with one of my 2k counters. The Sasaki. And that should be his turn pretty much. And then just at the end he can discard 1 card to put the Galdino active, and he pitches a Crocodile there. Which is nice for us. We also pick up King, which is also definitely very good pickup here. Because it can get rid of one of the Galdinos. And you know, when it does, I put it down back, and then Magellan is boosted to 6k once again. Which is definitely very nice. But here I'm just, going to try to pressure a little bit with my Minotaur. Which he, has to burn either at least 2 cards from his hand or one of the Galdinos. Or he can just take the hit, but then he, takes 2 life from the Minotaur hit. Which he actually decides to do. So at this point I can actually... No, I was gonna say I could try to push for game, but I can't really be, since, there's a double Galdino on the field. So I could go for a Queen potentially, but yeah, the King is just way better here to just get rid of one of the Galdinos for sure, and then my Magellan can just swing in for 6k to try to get that last life. And again, yeah, he can pitch a 2k counter if he wants to stop that, but that just means he won't have access to them later on in the game, which is absolutely fine. And, ooh, this is a little bit of a... So, honestly, maybe this is not a misplay, because he could just want to get rid of cards in his hand to get access to the Ivankov effects later on, which is definitely a possibility, I think. Or he accidentally did a misplay and he thought my Magellan was at 7 or something. Not completely sure. If that's the case, we'll be a little bit unlucky, but we'll probably see by how the next turn is played out. For now, though, definitely in a very commanding position. Even though I didn't have access to the 5-drop Magellan early on in the game, which is definitely one of the... Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a win condition, but it's definitely one of the best cards in the deck. He does have access to 10 Don now, and if I'm not mistaken, I have 7 and we'll have 9 next turn, which will be enough to drop my 9-drop Kaido. And aside from the 9-drop Kaido, I do have 3 decently sized attacks here. In the Queen, King, and the Magellan. He picks up the Brick Fist here, which can bounce one of my cards to the hand. But just a 4-drop, I think. And now we're just gonna see if he's gonna try to attack over my Minotaur or not. He's actually just gonna try to go for life. I'm actually just gonna... yeah, I'm gonna block because that way I just create some space for the next turn. Since if I don't block here, I'm gonna have to get rid of one of the characters on my field. And honestly, I could get rid of the Sadie without any problem, but... I mean, having something on the field is just better than not having anything on the field, right? But maybe that block was not the optimal play. Opponent doing a little bit of a think here. Thinking what he wants to be doing. He actually plays out another Ivankov, okay. Which is going to bring out... another Galdino, okay. Fair enough. And then he's just going to swing in with the Ivankov as well. But honestly, here he just sequence is a bit weird because potentially if he swung with the Ivankov before, actually going in with the... or playing out the Ivankov, I would have not blocked. Because I wouldn't want to lose my king, so... yeah. I'm gonna pitch the restand. I'm gonna draw the Mini Koala, and now I do have 9 done, so I can try to... I sort of attempt to go for game. Now, yeah, I feel like they should guarantee game, because I can go drop the Kaido to get rid of his last blocker, and then I have 2 6k attackers, which he definitely won't be able to counter both of them. And he's not gonna be able to counter the Kaido then after that either. So yeah, that's the game. That's sort of the game plan I want to be trying to do with the Magellan. Not sure if my opponent misplayed a little bit there with the double counter, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed that little replay of the Magellan deck, which I think is extremely cool and extremely fun. And yeah, that's the game. You know, if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. And if you do, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!